Welcome back guys. So in this video I'm going to do a review of AMCAT EVO Gamepad Pro 4. Now this is a gamepad for smartphones. This gamepad supports both Android and iOS. Its highlight is that we can use this gamepad with games like PUBG and Free Fire. These games does not support any gamepad. Now this gamepad uses an app called Instant Play. Using this app we can map the virtual controls of the game to the virtual keys of this software. I'll be showing you the entire procedure. So first let's just start with the unboxing. I purchased it from Amazon. Its price is around rupees 2000. Okay, I have actually already opened it. First we have this USB to micro USB wire. We can use this wire to charge the gamepad. Here's our gamepad. These are the manuals. First we have the user manual. They have provided all of the instructions here, so that's really good to see. Then we have this quick start guide. In this guide instructions have been provided how to pair our controller with our smartphone using the HID mode and the instant play mode. Games that have official support for the HID mode will work with this controller by default. You don't have to program anything. Now games that don't support the controller, that is games like PUBG and Free Fire, they'll be using the instant play mode. We need to press the home plus A key for instant play mode, and we need to press the home plus X key for the HID mode. Again for iPhones we need to press the home plus Y key for the instant play mode. HID is the controller standard for Androids, so this is not supported for the iPhones. And another thing to mention guys, the instant play mode does not work with MediaTek chipsets. It works fine with Snapdragon, Exynos and Kirin processors, but not with MediaTek and Helios processors. Okay, now let's just check out our gamepad. The gamepad comes with an inbuilt smartphone clamp. It's adjustable, you can see here. Now I can comment on the quality of AMCAT's products. This is AMCAT EVO Gamepad Pro 3. I bought it last year and it is still working. The quality of their products is actually good. That is why it's very easy for me to recommend their products. No issues with this controller. Now we have its successor, AMCAT EVO Gamepad Pro 4. So it has this matte finish here. It's very nice to hold, I have to say. And it is lightweight. So it has these 16 buttons. And you can see here guys, these two buttons have been added. They were not present on the previous model. These two buttons serve as the L3 and R3 buttons. So basically they are same as pressing the left analog stick and the right analog stick. Checking out the sticks and the buttons. So we have these two analog sticks. Here we have the select button, start button, turbo button, clear button. Now the controller also comes with this turbo button. Let me explain its usage. In some games we need to continuously tap a certain button. For example, let's say I need to continuously press the B button. So what we can do is assign this B button to the turbo button. After that all we need to do is press and hold the B button, and the input will be registered as if we are continuously pressing the B button. I'll show you this in the later part of the video. We'll be playing Tekken. The controller also comes with these two analog triggers, the R2 and L2 triggers. Then we have these two shoulder buttons, the standard X, Y and A, B keys. It also comes with the standard D-pad layout, you can see here. So I have to say guys, the pressing of buttons feel very good. None of the buttons are wobbly. And the movement of the analog sticks feels very precise. Let me just compare it with my iPega PG9055 gamepad. So I'm not impressed with the stick qualities of iPega gamepad. They are very rough. For example, just look at this. The stick got stuck here. So this is a quality control issue. I'll be also showing you the dead zone performance of these sticks. Let me just quickly tell you about its specifications. It comes with Bluetooth version 4. Bluetooth range is up to 8 meters. Battery capacity is around 400 mAh. The playtime should be up to 12 hours. You can see the input current and voltage rating here. It's very small, but I can see here the input voltage is 5 volt and the input current is 500 milliampere. Battery life is actually good, I have to say. It does not deplete quickly. So now let's just start testing our gamepad. First I'm going to connect it with my phone, that is Poco X2. I'll be connecting it in the HID mode, that is the native Android controller mode, and we'll be showing you some gameplays. I'll be showing you gameplays of different emulators as well. For example, emulators like Daemon PS2, Dolphin emulator, Citra 3DS emulator, and also a Play Store game. The thing is guys, we will be connecting it with our phone using the instant play mode when we need to use it with games that does not support the native HID Android standard. For example, games like PUBG and Free Fire. Now according to AMCAT, you won't get banned if you use this controller with games like PUBG. Now I cannot assure you about that. First let me just connect it in the HID mode. So first guys, enable the Bluetooth mode of your phone. Now to connect it in the HID mode, we need to press the home button and the X button simultaneously. You can see here guys, the LED is flashing. The third LED is for the HID mode. First LED is for the Android instant play mode. Second LED is for the iOS instant play mode. Now let's just search for our gamepad. You can see here guys, it's showing up here. Just tap on it. So it has been connected. So in the SSPP emulator, there is this option to test the analog sticks. I'll try to trace a circle using the left analog stick. Now I have to say guys, it was not easy to trace a circle. Actually I was not able to trace a circle at all, and this is where the controller fails to impress me. So there are some dead zones around the analog stick. You can see here guys, a slight movement of the left analog stick is not registered, and I was not able to trace a circle at all. Now to give you a direct comparison, I'll show you this test using the Xbox One controller. It's very difficult to trace a circle. So this is the Xbox One controller, and now I'll try to trace a circle. So you can see here guys, there are virtually no dead zones around the left analog stick, and I was very easily able to trace a circle. Just goes to show the difference between the quality of the sticks. So it is good, but nowhere near the level of an Xbox One controller. I hope you got an idea about its stick performance. So for FPS games, it's really not a very good controller. You won't be able to aim precisely using this gamepad. Xbox One gamepad is recommended. Games like Fortnite and Call of Duty supports the Xbox controller by default. Alright guys, this is GTA 3. It's the Play Store version of the game. It supports HID standard, and you can see our controller is working with it by default. No problems at all. So for all of these emulators and games, the native HID mode works very nicely. Now I'm going to connect the gamepad with our smartphone using the instant play mode, and we will be testing out games like PUBG and Free Fire. So before connecting it in the instant play mode, just make sure you have downloaded the app called Shooting Plus. It's available on the Play Store. You can see here guys, Shooting Plus version 3. I'll give its link in the description. I have already installed it on my phone. So after installing it, just open it. We will keep it running in the background. You can see here it's showing device disconnected. So now all we need to do is press and hold the home and A button simultaneously. You can see here guys, the first LED is flashing. Now let's just look for our gamepad. There it is, Evo Gamepad Pro 4. Just tap on it. So here as you can see guys, now it's showing connected. So let's just start PUBG. Now this ball is for the Shooting Plus app. You can disable it if you want. So to disable it, all you need to do is uncheck this option, display the floating ball key. Now in this app, you can see the presets for different games. So we already have a preset for PUBG Mobile. Just tap on it, and then you can tap on preview here. So this is the preview guys. You can see here, this is how the controls of the Shooting Plus app should be assigned to the virtual controls of PUBG Mobile. So you can use this as a guide if the controls are different on your mobile. Let's just start PUBG. you can relocate the controls and you can also remap the controls and save the profile. I'll be showing you that. So guys, all you need to do is tap on the settings icon here, then tap on controls and select the first one and tap on customize. So these are the game's virtual controls. Now just press the select button. You can see here guys, the controls of Shooting Plus are being displayed on the screen. You can use this as a guide. So let's say I need to move the L3 key of Shooting Plus app to the medkit key of PUBG Mobile. Now all I need to do is press the start button. Now I can move this key to anywhere. I'll just place it over the medkit. So when I press the L3 button, my character will use the medkit. So L3 button is the pressing of the left analog stick, or this button guys on the back side. So this is how you can move any of the keys. I can see some of the controls are not properly overlapping over the virtual controls of PUBG. So we'll just place them over these virtual controls. Now you can also assign combo keys. You can see here guys, RB plus the up D-pad button. RB is this button and the up D-pad button is this button. So combo of these keys are also used. Now let's just say I need to assign a new key to the sprint feature. So I'll just assign RB plus B key to that. So let's just press RB and B key together. You can see here guys, it has appeared here. Now let's just drag and drop it over the sprint virtual control. So let's just save our preset. Preset saved. Let's just start the game. Alright guys, the game has started and yes, our gamepad is working with the game very nicely. Let's just test out our controls. So to display the controls of Shooting Plus app, I'll just press the select button. Just as I told you earlier, you can use them as a guide. So to pick up the backpack, I'll press the up D-pad button. Now that worked. Let's try out some weapons. Yes, so to aim, I'll press the L2 trigger. That worked very nicely. Now to shoot, I'll press the R2 trigger. So I have to say guys, the movement is not very precise. You can see input is not registered when I just slightly move the stick. So there are some dead zones around the right analog stick as well. So yeah, it's true. Gamepad works with PUBG and instant play is actually quite easy to use. Should not be a problem for anyone. So now I'm going to run Free Fire. Alright, Free Fire has started. So guys, again we need to do the same thing. First let's just go to the settings. Let me just open the control settings. Just tap on custom HUD here. Yeah, so these are the controls. Just press the select button on our gamepad. Now you can see the virtual controls of the Shooting Plus app. Just make sure Shooting Plus app controls are assigned to the virtual controls of the game. So for example, RB plus A key is not assigned to the medpack virtual key. So I'll just press the start button here. Move it to the medpack. Yeah. And then tap on save. Now let's just press the select button again. So you can see here guys, we were able to move it over the medpack. So let's just start our game. Yeah, so the game has started guys, and yes, it is working with Free Fire as well. Let me just press the select button. You can see all of the keys here. So MCAT did a good job with this gamepad. It does work with games that does not support gamepads officially. It uses this third-party app called Shooting Plus V3 app. You can download it from the Play Store. and it is very easy to assign the apps controls to the virtual controls of the game itself. Oh, by mistake I opened the settings. Yeah, everything is working very nicely. The thing is, guys, I'm not impressed by the performance of the analog sticks because there are some dead zones around it. You can see this input is not being registered. So for precise aiming, it's not the best controller. So guys, I'll end this review video here. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.